Okay, so we're going to set up a virtual machine that can handle Python here. This Cloud9 can handle lots of different things, and now you've got now that you've got an account, you can use this throughout. Okay, so I'm just going to click and create new workspace. Okay, and you've got to give your project a name. So I'm just going to call it our first project. Now it needs to be all the one word or no spaces. Okay, so our first project. And the description, I'll just say testing out Python. Now, you can write anything you want in there, all right? So, I'm not going to bother about hosted cloning team spaces or anything like that. I just want to move down till I see the wee Python logo. Okay, and then click on Python and create workspace. And you'll see that the cog spins and it starts to develop it for you. It'll take a wee second to build this machine for. I'm going to go up to File and click on New File. Okay. And in here, the first thing I'm going to do is save my file. Okay. Before I write anything, I'm going to go to File and Save As. And I'm just going to call it Hello World. Hello World.py. Right? It's important you put .py at the end. So Hello World.py. Okay. And then what I'll do is I'm just going to type out my line of code and say print hello world and save it. I'll click on run and down at the bottom you should see hello world. Yes. Alright, so that is how you run your Python environment. Okay. So this works like a wee a normal bit of software, even though we're using it through Chrome. So what I can do is, if I want to close that, I can click the wee cross there to close helloworld.py. And then say I want to get rid of helloworld.py from there, I can click on it, right click on it, and delete it. And it just removes it from the thing, right? So let's try another a wee example just to see how it's going. So I'll go, now what you can also do is you could do new from template. So if I go to file and new from template and choose, see a Python file, you'll see that. Okay, and that sets it up as a Python file. So I'm just going to do a few wee print lines in this one. Print, hello there, new line, print, this is Python. And what I'll do is once I put them in, oops, you'll see that okay. And I'll go to File, Save As, and I'll just call it tester.py. It turns into a Python file, py for Python. If I didn't put p.py in, right, it wouldn't know what type of file it was, so it would just think it was text. Right? Aye. So if I go to run, it runs and it prints out hello there, this is Python. Right, I'll come see a second. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do next is I'm going to make another file. This is going to be a text file, alright? So I'm going to go to File, New File, and I'm not going to put anything in it, okay? I'm going to go to File, Save As, and I'm just going to call it My File, no spaces, .txt, okay? myfile.txt. Okay, there's nothing in it at the moment. Now what I'm going to do is see my tester.py file that I made. I'm just going to close that as well. I don't need that. And if I want to get rid of tester.py, again, click on it, right click on it and delete it. Okay. I don't particularly need the readme file either in this case, so I'm going to right click on the readme file and delete that as well. Okay. And that leaves it sitting like this. So I've only got a text file there. So what I'm going to do is a wee bit of code that will write into the text file. Okay. So what I'm going to do here. Now this isn't something you've seen before, right? So I'm going to go to File. I'm going to go to New File. In fact, I'll go New from Template and call it Python file. Okay. Did you just give me the untitled? That's fine. We can save it in a wee second. All right. So this is what I'm going to do is we've output data in the programs we've written so far. Yeah, it's always been print and so on. What I'm going to do this time is I'm going to set up a variable called f for file, right? F equals or becomes equal to open. And what this is going to do is open the text file. Now, what's the text file called? myfile.txt. So I say myfile. Oops. .txt. Now, I want to make this open up as a writable file. So I put a W in there, right? So that they get permission to write. Okay, so that opens the file. All right. The next thing I'm going to do is I want to write data. So I'm going to say f.write, and I'll just say hello world. And then I'm going to close the file. And I say f.close. Okay. So we open it, we write stuff to it, and we close it. And what I'll do now, I'm going to save that. And I'll just call it open.py. Okay. And I will go to, I'll bring this size down a bit so you can see it. I'll go to the run button. Now, nothing has happened down in the console this time. All right. It just says, it comes up and says your code is running, process exited with code 0, and nothing's here. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to open up myfile.txt. And it says myfile.txt has been changed on disk. Would you like to reload the file? Say reload. And you'll see in there, it says hello world. Because that's what we're told to write into the file. Alright. Now, if I put another line of code in there and say f.write another line, save it. Now, I'm just going to close myfile.txt there, and I'll run my code. And then I'll go to myfile.txt and open up again, and you'll see another line has been stuck on there. See that? Now, the problem is it's all stuck together. So I'm just going to delete all that code and save it. Oops. And what you can do is you can put things on different lines. So if I put in /n and run that and open up my file.txt, you'll see it's bumped onto another line. Okay, so that's an example of writing stuff into a file, which handily enough is what you'll be doing in your wee thing. So I want you to muck about with that code, all right, and try it out. And I'll put this recording up on the VLE.